If you have played Magic the Gathering for a while, you've probably heard of cards like Demonic Tutor or Vampiric Tutor, classic, powerful, and yeah, expensive. But what if I've told you that there are some seriously underrated tutor cards out there that cost less than €1 and can still pull serious weight in the right deck? In today's video, we are diving into 10 budget tutors that are not only affordable, but also incredibly useful. Cards that barely see play and yet have the power to win games if used right. So grab your favorite deck box and hit that like button. Let's jump right into it. At number 10 I have Ringside. It's a sorcery for 1 blue, a black and a generic mana and says, the ring tempts you. Search your library for a card that shares a color with a legendary creature you control. Reveal it, put it into your hand, then shuffle. So basically you can search for every card in your commander deck for just 15 cents on Cardmarket right now. You just need a creature on the battlefield. Your ring bearer is legendary, so you can search for a card that shares a color with the ring bearer that you choose as the ring tempts you. I currently play this card in my Saruman Super Friends deck and has proven very effective. If you would like to see a deck list, please let me know in the comments. Number 9 is a tutor hiding in plain sight, Garrick Relentless. At first glance, this might look like just another green planeswalker, but once you flip him, Garrick becomes a repeatable creature tutor, and that's something we should absolutely talk about. Garrick is a 4-mana planeswalker with 3 loyalty. When Garrick has 2 or fewer loyalty counters on him, we transform him. With his first ability, he deals 3 damage to a target creature, and that creature deals damage equal to its power to him. His second ability lets him create a 2/2 wolf green creature token. On his flip side, for the +1, we create a 1/1 black wolf creature token with Death Touch. For his -1, we sack a creature, and if we do so, we search our library for a creature card, reveal it, and put it in our hand. For his ultimate, creatures we control gain trample and +X/+X until end of turn, where X is the number of creature cards in our graveyard. You can grab a copy for just 50 cents. Number 8 on the list is Sterling Grove. It's more on the expensive side with €2, but its effect is worth it. For a green and a white, you get an enchantment that gives all your other enchantments Shroud. And for 1 mana, you can sack it to search an enchantment and put it on top of your deck. The funny thing about Sterling Grove is that you often don't even want to tutor with it. There are times when the Shroud effect is just more valuable. A must-have for enchantment decks. Number 7 is a tutor you almost never see at commander tables, but it has some serious hidden potential, Melium Secrets. For just 60 cents, for 1 and a black, you get an instant that says, search your library for a black card with converted mana cost less than or equal to the number of creature cards in your graveyard. Reveal it, put it into your hand, then shuffle your library. The key to Mausoleum Secret is creature density and graveyard synergy. The more creatures in your graveyard, the higher the mana value ceiling for what you can tutor. It shines in self-mill decks, aristocrat decks, combo decks that want to dig for a cheap win con, even reanimator decks where your graveyard is naturally stacked. It costs just 2 mana, making it one of the cheapest tutors in the game, and you can grab a copy for just 60 cents on Cardmarket. Number 6 is a tutor that makes most people raise their eyebrows. Let's talk about the sneakiest 1 mana tutor in black, Scheming Symmetry. It's the most expensive card on this list with €4.80, but I still want to talk about it, cause it's criminally underplayed. Scheming Symmetry just costs 1 black and reads, choose 2 players. Each of them searches their library for a deck, then shuffles and put the card on top of their library. We could use this as a political tool and make deals with our opponent. Or we can try to break Symmetry. Mill decks can dump the card your opponent just tutored into their graveyard. Or theft decks with cards like Gaunty Lord of Luxury can snag the card you just generously offered your opponent. At number 5 I have another black tutor, Besiege the Queen. Besiege the Queen is a black sorcery with a hybrid cost of 2/black, 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 which means you can play any combination of black or colorless mana to cast it. So in mono black decks, it just costs 3 black. And in multicolor, you can just pay 6 colorless mana if you need to. It reads, search your library for a card with converted mana cost less than or equal to the number of lands you control. Reveal it, put it into your hand. In a mono black deck, Besiege the Queen is essentially the halfway point between Diabolic Tutor, which isn't a good card, and Demonic Tutor, which is an incredible card. There's the occasional mana value restriction on what you can get, so it has its drawbacks. But you can usually pick up Besiege the Queen for just around €1, and it's an absolute deal for a black tutor that hits almost everything. At number 4, I have Tempt with Discovery. Tempt with Discovery is a sorcery, a free and a green. It reads: search your library for a land card, put it onto the battlefield. Each opponent may search their library for a land card and put it onto the battlefield. For each opponent who does, you may search your library for a land card and put it onto your battlefield. Sounds innocent enough. Everyone gets a land, right? At first glance, Tempt with Discovery looks like a casual group hug ramp spell. But don't be fooled. In the right hands, this card becomes a land tutor that explodes your board state or quietly wins the game. Because even if one opponent says yes, you get 2 lands for 4 mana, 1 guaranteed, 1 from the Temptation. If more opponents say yes, you get even more. And they all come into play untapped, and they can be any lands. That means you can fetch for combo lands, engine lands, or utility lands. In my Omo deck, this is almost a guaranteed win when I play this card. Number 3 is a counterspell that is also a tutor, Muddle the Mixture. It's an instant for 2 blue that reads: counter target instant or sorcery. That's already decent, a counterspell that deals with board wipes, combos, and removal. But you can even pay its mutate cost at sorcery speed to discard this card and search your library for a card with mana value 2. Reveal it and put it into your hand. So you can search for Thassa's Oracle, Demonic Consultation. It is so versatile. If you're not playing it in your blue combo or control decks, you might be missing out on a serious value for just 80 cents. If you're playing green and blue, and especially if your deck resolves around creatures or combos, Neoform should probably be in your 99. It's a brutally effective creature upgrade spell that turns small pieces into win conditions. Neoform costs a green and a blue, a 2 mana sorcery, and it reads: as an additional cost to cast a spell, sacrifice a creature. Search your library for a creature card with mana value equal to 1 plus the sacrificed creature. Put it onto the battlefield with an additional 1/1 counter on it. In other words, you sacrifice a creature and you cheat out a better one, straight onto the battlefield. Best decks for Neoform are Simic combo decks, pod style decks, and reanimator decks. And at number 1 we have Momir Vig, Simic Visionary. This guy is a creature tutor engine disguised as a commander, and yet you barely see him at tables anymore. Momir Vig is an infinite value engine for creature heavy decks, and if you haven't read his ability carefully before, you're about to understand why he's way more busted than he looks. Momir Vig costs 3, a green and a blue, and is a 2/2 legendary creature elf wizard. He has 2 triggered abilities that read: when you cast a green spell, you may search your library for a creature card, reveal it, shuffle, and put it on top. When you cast a blue spell, you may draw a card. And here's the kicker: if you cast a creature that is both green and blue, both abilities trigger. So once Momir Vig is on the battlefield, every creature you cast finds the next one, potentially tutoring through your entire deck just for 90 cents. These were my top 10 underrated budget tutors in EDH. Did I miss any? Let me know in the comments. If you enjoyed this breakdown and want more, like the video, support the channel, and don't forget to ring the bell so you don't miss any future videos.